here along tonight with Andy McLeod and our engineer Dave Bodkin. Right now they're starting the go-go cheers. You can hear in the background. I'm sure this rally will run a little bit behind schedule. This is probably one of the biggest, hottest rallies since the '66 Michigan State Rally. Ground stretches all the way to the back wall of the Fieldhouse. Here's Andy McLeod.
The humidity's really getting big in here. Looks like this is going to be the best pep rally Notre Dame has seen in quite some time. Right now, that famous chant, "Screw Purdue," we'll probably hear a lot more of that tomorrow out at the stadium. We're waiting now for the football team to come in. Chief speakers will be Jim Seymour, Terry Hanratty, and of course, the new Rockney man, Pat O'Brien. crowd we have here tonight on hand. It's all the way back to the work of the field house, and some of the people are even up into the stands. You see that most of them are pretty high tonight, but the highest guy is right out in front of us. He's sitting on top of the rafters. It's a wild crowd, and it should be about the best pep rally we've ever seen here at the field house.
To you by Mr. David Condon of the Chicago Tribune. Mr. David Condon of the Chicago Tribune. He says, for a game so important to Notre Dame, the student body shows a shocking complacency.
Bit of trash thrown out there referring to the Chicago Tribune article that Notre Dame students have been complacent throughout the week.
Remember that under head coach Ara Parseghian, no team has ever beat Notre Dame twice in succession.
How anybody on that crowd can make out what he's saying, I don't know, because I sure can't hear him.
Remember also the last time Purdue came to Notre Dame Stadium in 1966. They and the entire sports world were stunned by the pass catch team of two Notre Dame sophomores. They set two records that day and tied another, connecting on 13 passes for 276 yards. Since that time, the fabulous split end of that combination has caught more passes for more yards and more touchdowns than any player in Notre Dame history. His name is Jim Seymour!
Ladies and gentlemen, Jim Seymour. first time he has ever spoken at a Notre Dame Pep Rally.
It's kind of been a tradition around here. It's been a tradition around here for seniors to introduce their roommates for the upcoming year. And I'd like to introduce my roommate for next year, Miss Nancy Garvey.
Jim Seymour introducing his fiancée, Nancy Garvey.
There have been a lot of things said since last year's Notre Dame-Purdue football game, and most of them were quite unkind. And to name specific people, I'm talking about Jack Mollenkoff and Leroy Keys. They came out after the game and they told Sports Illustrated how Leroy Keys had taken me into camp. Well, I didn't take too kindly to that statement, and I saved that issue of Sports Illustrated for 1 year. And I've read that article about once or twice a day for about the past week. And I only hope that tomorrow Mr. Leroy Keys guards me. I really honestly and truly pray that Leroy Keys will be on me, like he says, and like Jack Mollenkoff says, because I would like, the biggest thing, I think the biggest thrill for me to do would be able to go out after the game and say that I had something to do with the defeat of Purdue and also with the humiliation of Leroy Keys. They say that at Notre Dame, the bomb doesn't exist anymore. Well, I'll tell you one thing, don't bet the ranch on it tomorrow.
Seymour, one of Notre Dame's favorite personalities.
I have a telegram to read to you. It's to the students and team of Notre Dame 1968. It says, good luck to everyone on the team. Keep healthy and kick the hell out of Purdue. It's signed Dave Morton, class of '68.
Being read there, a telegram sent by Dave Martin.
Since that opening kick with Purdue 2 years ago, our speaker has come. That's just 4 shy of the all-time Notre Dame record. With only 9 games left to go, this man has challenged the total offense record and every passing record in the book. Ladies and gentlemen, Notre Dame's greatest quarterback, Terry Hanratty.
Now the greatest of them all, quarterback Terry Hanratty.
Not to be outdone by Jim or any of the other seniors, I would like to introduce my roommate for next year, Ron Dushney. According to Jack Mullenkoff, quote, Purdue has the best halfback, the best fullback, the best quarterback in the country this year. But tomorrow, our strong offensive attack will show Purdue they'll have to settle for number 2. Mullenkoff also said that their experienced offense, he doesn't see how they cannot move the ball against our inexperienced defense. we will show them that our defense has the lock for Purdue's keys. One more thing, we will remember tomorrow. I would like to introduce to you, of the four horsemen, Mr. Don Miller.
Don Miller, one of the four horsemen, getting quite an ovation here.
Our guest speaker tonight never wore an Irish jersey. He was never even a student at Notre Dame. But he is more a part of Notre Dame and more a part of Notre Dame's spirit as much as this great 1968 team. For he alone recaptured the magic that was Rockne and brought it back. And he has brought that back to millions of Americans in the great film classic, Knute Rockne, All-American. Ladies and gentlemen, Rockne has returned, Mr. Pat O'Brien.
not only filled all of the inside of the field house, it is now out the back door, way at the back end of the field house. Listen to this crowd.
I've had a lot of wonderful thrills in my life, and every time I come on the campus of Notre Dame. But tonight, this is not a rally, this is a great war. This is the And you all heard Terry and Jim tonight. You know what's going to happen tomorrow? They're going to open the lock and throw away keys.
The first time we've heard this chant this year.
And the first conversion tomorrow for Notre Dame will be when Mollenkopf is booted over. That's the time when he is booted over. Now, when I ask you after every quarter, everybody yells, "Stop keys." What do we do in the first quarter? What do we do in the second quarter? What do we do in the third quarter? And what do we do in the fourth quarter? Hey! All right, men. If you want to go back a few years, and a lot of nostalgia, and certainly for me, when I had the great honor and privilege of playing the immortal Canute Rockne. And tonight at this wonderful rally, I would like to dedicate that locker room speech to the Notre Dame squad and to Coach Eric Pasigian.
To get the real effect, Pat has now taken off his coat. Pretty hot up here. He's going to give it all he's got.
Well, here he is. Here is your rock. All right, men. Everybody up. Everybody up. Now we're starting a new season, and we got a tough schedule ahead of us. But we're used to that at Notre Dame. Now let's get this straight from the start. I don't want any of you spoiled high school stars to think you're any better than anyone else. And it goes for you lettermen, too. Any boy here who thinks that all he has to do is run past the ball or kick and make the team, turn your suit tonight. Turn it in tonight. You can't make the team here. Now I'll expect you to maintain a high average in your studies. You didn't come to Notre Dame just to play football. 10 years from now, the public will have forgotten even the best of you. Remember this. Football is a game for clean minds and clean bodies. I want every boy. I want every boy on this squad to be on the upbeat all the time. Teamwork, teamwork, teamwork. Now, the most essential thing in football today is blocking, blocking, blocking. And when you hit a man, cut him down like a sack of wheat. Now, I'm going to tell you something about a young man. Most of you too young to remember. George Gipp. He was truly a will-o'-the-wisp and one of the first great All-Americans to be named by Walter Camp at the School of Our Lady, Notre Dame. I was with George when he died. When he was going out, he looked up at me and said, Coach, I'm not afraid, honest, I'm not. But Rock, someday when the going is tough and the boys aren't getting the breaks, tell them to go out and make just one for the Gipper. I don't know where I'll be then, Coach. I don't know where I'll be. But I'll know about it, and I'll be happy. All right, I want the backfield to hit that line. Right side, left side, left, right, left. I want you to go down that field, right down that field, hit that line. Nobody can beat us. USC can't beat us. Purdue can't beat us. Kick the hell out of Purdue. Go, go, go. Hey.
Seen anything like it in my life. Pat O'Brien now walking off, being congratulated by every member of the football team on the front row. The crowd still going crazy. Now they give him another fine hand, and this crowd is tremendous tonight. Overwhelming. Now our alma mater.